Hello, everybody. I can see that you can hear me now. My little microphone thing is working. So, if you're just tuning in or you're watching this on replay or something similar, we're doing live and the audio cut out just before. Who knows what's going on? I bumped my computer into a doorway a few weeks ago, and my screen started playing up. So I don't know. I don't know what's up. Maybe I'll try and fix it obviously after this. But now, it's getting on in the morning. I'm going to start from pretty much the start of the physical practice. So if you want to ground yourself and you are watching this on replay, do some form of breathing or meditation. But we are going to start from cat-cow. So let us come to all fours and find that shape. Let's make this a 50-minute class, shall we? Just with the expectation that you've done some form of grounding. Let's get straight into cat-cow. So let's go, hands and knees, tabletop, inhale, press the belly down, puff the chest forward and look up. And then exhale to round and arch up through your spine. And that's the way you carry on. Inhale, presses the belly down. Exhale, arches up. And really, if you're just joining us, try and find a nice, steady pace of breath incorporated with the movement, synchronicity. You're trying to create an interaction with your own body, an intimacy, a closeness with it, through the breath and the movement matched together. Take maybe 2 or 3 more rounds in this. Going nice and gently, nice and slowly. And then returning to a neutral spine, go ahead and lift your left knee up. Cross it over your right leg and then slide that back leg back. The left leg slides back. So you're in something that looks like half pigeon. Not quite though. You shift a little bit of body weight left to right, a touch. Just a breath or 2 more there. And back to tabletop position and onto the other side. The right knee lifts. You cross it over and send it back. A little bit of movement there, side to side, slightly shifting. One more deep breath there. And then back through tabletop and into downward facing dog directly. So tuck the toes, lift up the hips. Nice gentle movement. Pedaling out a little or sway the hips. Maybe 2 more long breaths in this down dog, and starting to walk your hands towards the back of the mat into a forward fold. Uttanasana, just let the whole upper body drape and dangle forward here. Just 1 or 2 more breaths here, not terribly long at all. And then roll up your spine all the way through to standing. Reach up and stretch up nice and high. Hands come to prayer at heart center, very basic squat here. Sit the butt down, weights predominantly in the heels for a moment. Now suck your belly in. Make sure you can see the toes. Make sure you can see your toes. Your knees aren't traveling forward too much. And then from that position, go ahead and lift the heels up off the ground. So you're in a little toe standing squat. 1 more breath like that. And then go ahead and stand all the way up, keeping the heels lifted. Reaching the arms up, nice and high, nice and tall. And interlacing your hands behind your lower back. Now keep the heels off the ground. Roll back the shoulders. And then plant the heels to fold forward. Lifting the hands up and over. We take 2 more big breaths there. And gently releasing your hands to the floor. Walk them all the way out into plank position. Shoulders above your wrists. Hold there, top of a push-up, nice and tight through the butt, belly sucks in. 1 more breath in this shape, and then lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. You just do that 2 more times, really round and arch up through your upper back as you hit high plank. Exhale back to down dog, and 1 more like that, high plank. Now pause, tap left knee to left elbow, step the foot back, right knee to right elbow, step it back, 1 more edge side, left, and back, right, and back. Lower down through chaturanga with the knees or not until you're flat. Hands off the side of the mat, up onto fingertips, roll through cobra. Inhale, chest lifts up. Exhale, lower down. You take 2 or 3 more like that. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Last one now. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lowering down. Nice and slow. Butt to the heels, child's pose. Straight up into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Arriving there, a nice easy walk to the top of the mat. Folding forward there and take a halfway lift to lengthen now. Flatten out your back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to stand all the way up. Reach up and stretch up nice and big. And then hands to prayer at heart center back into the squat. Bend the knees, sink the butt. Now keep the knees at hip width apart here. Don't let them fall in. Lift the heels up off the ground. Stand all the way up. Reach the arms up for the ceiling. Interlace hands behind the lower back. Heels stay up. Shoulders roll back. And then plant the heels to fold forward. Little bend in the knees as the fist comes up and over the head for one more big breath there. Hands on the floor, step back, plank position, shoulders above your wrists, hold there for a moment. Now take the feet a little bit wider than what they are. Keep the butt dropping a little bit here. And in this shape, one more time, right knee, right elbow. Kick the leg back, now hover the toe. Right knee to left elbow. Kick it back, hover, and set the foot down. It's other side. Left leg, left knee, left elbow. Kick it back, hover. To the right elbow. Kick it back, hover. Set the foot down, drop your knees, lower all the way down. One more time now. Inhale, hands off the mat, chest lifts up, cobra. Exhale, lower, toes point pretty hard. 2 to go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, coming up. And exhale, releasing down, nice and slow. Child's pose, straight up into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. And as soon as you're in that down dog, just one round of sun sal, heels up, knees bend, look to the front, walk step or jump top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to stand all the way up. And then exhale to fold straight back down towards the ground. And halfway lift, flat back. Step or jump back into chaturanga. Half push up, bend your elbows. Pull the chest through the arms into up dog. And the exhale lifts the hips up and back into downward facing. Now just one more breath there in down dog. Nice, steady, slow breath. And then raise the right leg up towards the ceiling. Put a bend into the knee and peel the hip open, really tilt it up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, cross it underneath your body. Inhale, shoot the leg back up. Knee to the nose, pull it in nice and tight. Inhale, shoot the leg back up. Tapping the right elbow and pause. Take it down to that wrist, back to that elbow, and shoot the leg back up. Step the foot in between your hands for runner's lunge. Tighten the back leg first, so knee lifted, thigh long, really straight. Right hand raises into simple twist. Now keep the back leg nice and integrated. Keep the thigh toning, squeezing. 2 more big breaths there. And right hand down, nice and slow. Drop the back knee down, chest and arms raise up into low lunge. Now push out of the low lunge from the front knee a little bit so the upper body is in line with your left knee. Now suck the belly in here and squeeze your left butt cheek on. Keep that tension and then lunge the hips back into the shape. Raise the arms up. Keep that tension. Right hand forward, left hand back. Take a twist to your left. Flip the front palm and reach up and back. Reverse the shape. So left hand can slide down the thigh. Could be a half bind or even grabbing for the heel or the calf or similar. But keep the left side of your chest lifting up and turning forward a little bit. You take 2 more long breaths here. And as the hands come to the ground, straighten through your front leg into half Hanuman. Probably have to extend the front heel a little further forward. And in this shape in half Hanuman, halfway lift to lengthen out, and then fold back in. Now as you arrive, twisted Hanuman. Left hand down, right hand raises up. Keeping the pinky toe lifting here for about 2 more big breaths. Right hand down, lunge back into the front knee, runner's lunge once again, pick up the back knee, Now in this shape, take your time, but see if you can round through your upper back and do your very best to lift the front foot up off the ground, but keep the knee to your chest. So if you need a visual, look forward. Knee to chest, heel to bum, squeeze the foot off the ground. One more breath there. And then shoot the leg back up into three-legged. Bend the knee and peel the hip open. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Cross it underneath your body and hold. Spin the back heel down. Raise the left hand up into this side plank variation. Now, reach your left hand up over your head 2 times. Tap your left elbow to that knee. And then kick the right leg back, crossing it over the left leg at the back. Reach out. And then knee to elbow, squeeze it in. One more. Kick the leg, extend the arm. Knee to elbow, pause. Left hand down. Flip this into wild things. Turn the right leg over. Turn the hips, lift the chest. One more breath there. And then one big step. Right foot to the top right corner. Left foot to the top left corner and up into a squat. Sit your butt down. Hands to prayer, chest up. 2 more breaths in this Malasana yogic squat. Hands to the floor. Step or jump back into Chaturanga half plank. Pull the chest through the arms into upward facing dog. And the exhale to downward facing dog. As soon as you're there, left leg raises straight up. Put a bend into your knee. Peel the hip open. And left knee to right elbow. Cross it underneath your body. Inhale, back up she goes. Knee to the nose, pull it in tight. Inhale, lift it up. Over to the left elbow, pause. Down to that wrist. Back to that elbow. Shoot it back up. Step the foot in between your hands. Now make sure that back leg is straight and tight. And then left hand up into simple twist. Nice long breaths there, keeping the back leg very firm. You take just maybe 2 or 3 more elongated breaths, but keep a sensitivity to it. Keep it nice and soft. One more breath. Left hand down. Drop the back knee down. Chest and arms raised up. Low lunge. Push out of it. Get the alignment. Belly in. Right butt cheek on. And then sinking back in. Left hand forward. Right hand back. Open twist. Flip the front palm. But reaching up and back. It's less about the twist. More about the lift of the chest here. Especially the right side coming forward. We take 2 more nice, long, steady breaths here. Hands to the floor, straighten through the front leg, half Hanuman. Once you get there, extend the front heel a little bit further forward. Half lift, lengthen out. Exhale, fold in, and then right hand down, left hand up. Twisted Hanuman, keeping the left pinky toe pulling up a little bit here. Make sure that the left hip, your outside hip here, is dropping down a little bit. Roll the left hip down a little bit. You take 1 more long breath. Left hand down. Walk the hands forward. Pick up the back knee. Nice and gentle. So you really got to arch up through your upper back here. The butt might lift up a little bit. That's all right here. You might even come up onto fingertips initially. But try and keep your chest in contact with the thigh and pick up the left heel, squeezing it in towards your butt for 1 more big breath. And then shoot the leg up, bend the knee and peel the hip open. Here we go, a little bit of work to do, right? Left knee to right elbow, cross it under, hold, back heel down. Now, keeping the knee in, reach your right hand up over the head, touch elbow to knee, kick the left leg back, extend the right hand forward. 2 more, knee to elbow, touch, kick. 1 more, knee to elbow, touch. This time, kick. Now, as you pull the knee in, right hand down, flip it into wild thing, turn the leg over, lift the hips, rotate. 2 more long breaths there. Squeeze your butt. And then 1 big step, left foot, top left corner, right foot, top right corner. Sit your butt down, Malasana. Couple of breaths. Steady, long breaths. Let the heart rate settle when you have these opportunities like this posture here. Hands on the floor. Step or jump back into Chaturanga, half plank. Pull the chest through your arms into up dog, and the exhale finds downward facing dog. As soon as you're in that down dog, go ahead, raise the right leg up. Step the foot in between your hands for crescent lunge. Chest and arms raised up. As soon as you're there, go ahead and interlace your hands behind the lower back. Roll back the shoulders and draw the fist down a little, but suck the belly in contrast. Now, in this shape, we're going to drop the back knee, but as we lunge deeper into this, see if you can go straight down. And to me, it feels like I've got to shift some weight back as I lunge. So try not to lunge forward. Here we go. 3 more. Drop the back knee, hover straight down. Inhale, stand all the way up. Drop it down. Standing up. Keep your left butt cheek tight. 1 more. Drop it down. This time, stand up, raise the arms up. Lunge back into the front knee. Left hand forward, right hand back. Flip your front palm, reach up and back. And then hook and twist your left elbow around the front knee. Hands to prayer. Back leg super firm. Very straight through the back leg. Not terribly long here, but 2 more generous breaths as you are. Hands on the floor, half step in on the left leg, straighten through the front leg into pyramid, and fold deeply into this shape. Now, just 2 more breaths in this variation, but get your feet sorted. Back heel drops down, front big toe presses hard. Now, halfway lift, interlace hands behind the lower back. Take your time, it's a little wobbly, little bouncy. Suck the belly in, roll the shoulders back. And then fold in, lifting the fist up and over the head. Front big toe still working in the floor. Relax the neck a touch here for 1 more big breath. And gently, hands on the floor. Look forward for crescent lunge. So back heel lifts up, chest and arms raise up. Into arrowhead. Sweep the arms back, hover the chest just off the front thigh. Now, in this shape, let the front knee come forward, so the back toe, you come right up onto the back toe, on the back big toe there, and then lift into warrior 3. Very controlled, T shape. Keep the shoulder blades squeezing together here for 2 more big breaths. Strong, stiff back leg. Open the arms to warrior 2 as you step back. Straighten through the front leg, flip the front palm, reach up and back. Back into warrior 2 for side angle. Elbow to knee or hand to the floor. Left hand sweeps down and then over the head towards the extended side angle. So side body elongating here. Roll back your left shoulder. Resist the bind for a moment. You have an opportunity to take 1 more breath here. Feel the side body elongating. And then wrap it up. Left arm wraps behind the lower back. Maybe you're finding the full bind, but about 3 or 4 more steady breaths here. Keep the back leg firm. Keep your belly in. Chest turning up. Probably just 1 more big breath now. And inhale to stand. Straighten through the front leg. Flip the front palm. Reach as far forward as you can for Trikonasana. Reach out, reach out. Right hand down. Left hand coming up. So side body very straight here. Try not to banana the shape through the side body. Don't want that. Keep it stiff, keep it long. Active shape here. Now, 2 more long, steady breaths. Focus there. Inhale, standing up. Flip the front palm to the ceiling, reach up and back. And then very simply windmill the hands down to the ground, runner's lunge. As you arrive there, left hand moves forward. Turn out to your right into Cleopatra. Reach for the back of the mat. All 10 toes face the side of the mat. We pulse twice. Inhale, lift the hips with the right hand up and over. Exhale, sink back down. Last one, up and over. Exhale, back down. Now this time as you lift your hips, kick the right leg up towards the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift. Poke it up. 1 more breath there. And then step it into wild thing. Down and outside the left leg. Turn the hips, lift the chest. Big breath there. And step the right foot between your hands. As you arrive there, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee down for low lunge. Chest and arms raised up. Now again, push out of the shape. Belly in, left butt cheek on. Sink back in like we did. Right hand forward, left hand back. Open twist. Now in this shape, front hand to the front knee. Lunge a little deeper, but keep that tension. Maybe you pick up the back foot with your left hand. You can take the outside, you can take the inside, but again, lift the left side of your chest up and raise the right hand up. Now, if it's there for you, bend your right elbow and take it behind the head. That's enough. If it's there for you, slide the foot into the crease of the elbow, and that's enough. Or take the full bind. We take maybe 2 more long breaths there. Release the foot, hands to the ground. Straighten through the front leg momentarily into half hunter. Now, look forward. Pretty dynamic movement here. Coming straight towards warrior 3, but very much in the same fashion. You lunge into the front knee. You let the front knee come forward. You come right up onto the back big toe and then elevate into Vira 3. T-shape with the body. As soon as you're ready, please find this shape. Kick strong out the back, and we've only got 2 breaths here once you've landed it. Standing up, pull your left knee to your chest. Up and in, nice and tight. Squeeze tight, find your balance, belly in. Coming towards dancer. Point the left knee down. Take the inside of the foot with your left hand. Right hand raises up. Squeeze your butt now and suck your belly in. Keep that tension. As you hinge forward a little, kick firmly into the palm. Now try and drop your left hip down a little. Left hip, roll it down. Chest lift up, however. You take 2 more big breaths. Now super gracefully. Left knee to the chest. Standing up, hands to prayer. Pause at the top. Squeeze the knee in. And then set the foot down. A little bit of space between the feet. Raise the arms up. Hands to prayer, heels lift as you drop the butt, bending the knees, opening them out to the side and all the way down to your heels. Now, in this shape, stay in this toe standing squat. Maybe you raise up the arms, a little balancy. Now sort of an active stretch for the foot, or please find crow. Your hands on the ground, knees are in the upper arms, butt lifts up and the chest comes down. As you start to hinge some weight forward onto the fingertips, maybe the feet lift. Breath or 2 more there, wherever you're at. And we all come through a flow to follow. Please step or jump back. Chaturanga half planks. Pulling the chest through the arms into upward facing dog. Downward facing, hips up and back. Left leg lifts up straight away. Step the foot in between your hands. Crescent lunge. Chest and arms raised up. Push out of the lunge a little. Squeeze your right butt. Belly in. Interlace hands behind the lower back. So a lot of the common sort of theme there. Push out, belly in, tailbone down. Good. Keep that tension. Drop the back knee to hover. Standing all the way up. Exhale, back knee down. Try and keep your front big toe on the ground. I will too. Standing up, lower down. Stand and raise the arms. This time as you lunge, right hand forward, left hand back twist. Flip the front palm, reach up and back. Big breath in at the top. And then bow forward on the exhale to twist, hook the right elbow around the front knee. Again, back leg super firm and straight in this shape. Couple of steady, slow breaths. Keep that back leg strong. Just 1 more generous breath here now. Hands on the floor. Half step in. Straighten through the front leg into pyramid. Back heel turns down in this variation. Back heel on a little angle. And then take your time. Go slow. Little lift of the chest. Interlace hands behind the lower back. Roll back the shoulders and then bow forward once again. And just like before, front big toe stays integrated. One more generous breath here now. And up into crescent lunge. Chest and arms raise. Lifting the back heel as you do. Now, stance might be short. That's going to be good. Sweep the arms back. Arrow head. Front knee comes forward of the toe, so you're right up on the tip of the back big toe, and then lifting the back leg. Slowly Vera 3. Aeroplane here. Squeeze the shoulder blades. 2 more breaths. And as you step back, open the arms to warrior 2. Flip your front palm, straighten through your front leg, reach up and back. And now as you reach forward, warrior 2 once again. So left hand on the floor or elbow on knee, but reach your right hand down to the floor, sweep it down, and then forward, up over the head into the extended side angle. Generous bend in the front knee still, ankle above the knee. That would be weird. Knee above the ankle. We take maybe 2 more breaths in the extension here. Roll back your top shoulder. And wrap it up. Right arm wraps behind the lower back. Tilting back the shoulder rather. If there are any artists watching, please draw me a picture of an ankle above a knee. I would love to see that. We take 2 more breaths there. And release. Inhale, stand. Flip the front palm up and back. Straighten through the front leg as you go. And then reaching forward, reach out. Left hand down, right hand up. Trikonasana. Once you're here, back leg super firm. Thigh on, butt on. And a little turn of the chest up towards the ceiling. Nice steady breaths. Again, trying to extend your entire spine forward, out over your big toe at the front there. Not down towards the knee. You take 2 more big breaths from there now. Stay with it. And then inhale, standing up. Flip the front palm to the ceiling, up and back. Windmill the arms down to the ground. Runner's lunge. Now, right hand moves forward a little bit. Get it down in front of you. Turn to your left into Cleopatra, letting the knee drop to the side, reach for the back of the mat. Now, I'm a fan of keeping the feet pointed to the side as we pulse here. Inhale, lift the hips with the arm up over the head, and then sink back down, nice and gentle. 1 more. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, back down. So this time, the lift of the hips shoots the left leg up towards the ceiling. Hold starfish shape. And then wild thing, left foot steps behind and outside. Turn the hips, lift the chest. 1 more breath there. And 1 big step, left foot between the hands, and then drop the back knee down to the floor, low lunge. So again, push up. Take that extra time to find this alignment. Belly in. Right butt cheek squeezes, super critical. Lunge into the shape. Let's just go for it this way. Left hand on the front knee. Sink the hips in, pick up the back foot and take a hold. Maybe the outside, maybe the inside. Left hand raises up, but a little bit more body weight coming forward. Now, just keep the squeeze in your right butt. Keep your focus on that glute being active. Try not to go into the deepest back bend. Go into an active back bend. Support your lower back through the glute tension. We take 2 more long breaths here. Hands to the floor, half Hanuman, straighten out through the front leg. Now look forward in this shape and very gentle. It can be a really slow entry. It doesn't have to be fast. Lunge into the front knee. As you're ready, let's go. Warrior 3. Pop off the back leg, T shape. Get long through the spine, moving it forward. 1 more breath here. Right knee to the chest and stand up. Point the knee down. Dancer. Take the inside of the foot so the hand turns out. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your butt. Left hand up. Kick. Little tilt forward, but chest stays lifting. You're not trying to bow forward in this shape. You're trying to keep the chest scooping up and the back leg lifting up. Now drop the right hip a little. Roll the right hip down. Maybe 2 more breaths there. 1 more steady breath. Knee to chest, right knee in, hands to prayer. Extra breath at the top, find that balance. Set the foot down. Feet apart, raise the arms up. Hands to prayer, lift the heels. Drop the butt down into a little toe standing squat. Separate the knees. So from there, if you're staying in this shape, try and get the heels higher, knees wider, and arms up. That gets a little more challenging. Or maybe, boy, that is challenging. Maybe crow pose, hands on the ground, hips and heels lift right up, and take your Bakasana there. We take 2 more breaths wherever you're at, whatever shape you got going on. And then please step or jump back into Chaturanga half plank. Pull the chest through the arms into upward facing dog, and the exhale finds downward facing dog. Drop straight down to child's pose for a moment there. Nice and gentle into that child's pose. Take a few breaths. Let your breathing take on a slow pace and really trying to slow down the heart rate there, just for a couple. And as you're ready, please come forward onto your belly and lay flat. And once you are laying flat onto your belly, extend your left arm straight out to the left. So hand in line with shoulder. Coming toward the shoulder roll here. So if you're familiar, take it. Otherwise, you roll over onto your left and you step your right foot behind the left knee. It kind of feels like Wild Thing a little bit. And then once you're there, relax the head onto the floor. And then really working with the right leg just dropping out to the side. The knee turns out, the hip turns out. Now we won't be here for too long, but we're sort of headed somewhere with all these postures. So keep a little bit of enthusiasm. Try not to get too lax from here on out. Keep a little bit of tenacity. We'll take maybe 2 or 3 more long breaths here. Super short hold comparatively to how we might usually take it. And then roll out nice and slow, lying down flat onto the belly for a few moments. Make sure that the left shoulder feels comfortably adjusted with blood flow, and then take it onto the other side. Right arm straight out to the right, and then roll over onto your right side. Same thing, opposite side. Left foot is now stepping outside the right knee. And some nice, gentle, easy, steady breaths from there. Two more breaths to go here. And gently release. Lying flat onto your belly. Take a few moments lying there flat. Now, in the previous video that I started, I did mention the possibility of grabbing a strap or a towel or something similar. You might want to hit pause now and grab that if you've got it accessible. We're going to have a little look at mermaid or potentially king pigeon, but more on the mermaid side of things. So, as you're ready, child's pose finds down dog or tabletop. We'll just sort of set this one up nice and slowly. If you did have a cushion as well, that really will serve a block. Will probably serve you even better. But we work with what we got, right? I wonder how many of you bought a block during this time of COVID. eBay must have gone crazy. So right shin slides forward and turning the knee out to the side. Now that block, I think in this one, is better to come underneath the thigh rather than your butt. So it's running up the length of your thigh. Slightly turned out to the side on the same angle as the thigh, so it feels super supported, but it's pretty much touching the bottom of your butt cheek there as well. So super stable through the leg, and then in that sense, the chest can come right up into this shape. Adjust as you need. Front heel could pull back a little bit further than you used to. Really want a secure base in this. There's really not much point in going further in this shape if you don't have that secure base. So from here, let's just take a sec to bring the right hand up onto the right thigh. Start to turn the chest forward and just feel out that shape a little bit. This is the fundamentals of it. Before we start to do that, squeeze your left butt and then start to turn the chest forward and look for a general sense of lift in the chest. Now from there, just feel that out. Left shoulder turning forward. Keep the tension of your left butt. You're going to have to turn back to the left, but potentially you pick up the foot with the left hand. Now, if you wanted to, if the foot feels far away, you grab your strap, you turn all the way to the side, you hook the bottom of the foot, and then you set it up again. Turn a little bit back, drop the left hip, lift the chest, take that initial moment, and doesn't matter where you're hooking up the leg. Start to lift the leg, and then draw, the strap over the shoulder. And then let's concentrate on tilting the tailbone down. So you're trying to squeeze your left butt cheek tighter. Maybe the right hand comes up here, and then you bend the elbow to look to grab onto the strap. That's enough. You start to lift the chest. Again, we want to focus on these two qualities. Left butt cheek squeezing, tailbone down, and left side of the chest trying to lift up, up, up in this shape. If it's there for you, you can release the left hand. If you've got the right hand on your strap, left hand up, bend that elbow and look to grab the strap, or even the right forearm in some manner. Now try and take 2 or 3 more gentle breaths in this shape. Wherever it's at, I've had enough. And then very slowly, we'll just take a couple of breaths in pigeon. So give the lower back a chance. Doesn't have to be a deepest pigeon, just the elbows is enough. Literally a little pause, more of a gentle exit rather than trying to, kind of stretch into pigeon at all. Just find a little bit of an exit here. One more big breath. And then slowly lifting the chest. Let's swing the left leg around to the side or top of the mat. Come off whatever prop you might be sitting on it and just take a sec. Pretty big shape if you're not familiar with it. We'll drop the knees side to side, whatever feels good, really whatever feels good. Now we're just going to hit the other side without doing anything else. So if you want to take a flow, please take a flow. That's about it though. And left side. Block, get it ready. Strap, get it ready. I reckon you enter into it even if you're going to get the strap going. You bring the block under. And then from there, if you are going to use the strap, just sort of turn out to the side a little bit awkwardly. Hook the foot or the shin, and then turn back. So the right hip drops down. We take that extra moment at the start to set it up. Left hand on the thigh, chest lift. You feel out that shape. And if you're not feeling it there, it's going to feel like crap if you go further than that. So use it as a little test point. Chest lifts, back foot lifts, and then you sort of hi-ho, you're holding the strap over your shoulder. Maybe left hand raises. That elbow bends to maybe grab onto the strap there. And then right elbow might tilt up. You can grab the left forearm. Maybe the strap, king or mermaid. Both are very, very deep. Keep the right butt cheek squeezing. That is going to dictate the quality of this posture. Quality meaning how nurturing you can be while you're challenging your body. Take care. We take 3 more long breaths down into the belly in this shape. And release what you got. I'm sure, very well done. Walk the hands out, drop the chest, maybe 5 to 7 breaths there in half pigeon or similar. One more deep breath now. And then chest lifting up, back leg swinging around. Take a seat. And once the legs are out in front of you, you're going to drop them a little from side to side there if you like to, left to right. And then let us come towards seated twist. So very simply, left leg on the bottom here. Draw that left heel back towards your right hip. And then you cross the right leg over the top. Before we go anywhere, see if you can find that both sitting bones are on the ground. And then right hand behind your lower back, left hand up. Exhale to twist. Hook in the elbow. Again, right butt cheek sitting down. Knee feeds into the elbow. Elbow feeds back into the knee. Don't strain your neck here. Keep the lower back lifted for just 2 more breaths. And as you turn back through to center, kick your right leg out to the right. Left sole of the foot comes inside that leg. Chest and arms raised up. Now a side bend here, not a forward fold. So front toes lift. Right hand inside the right leg. Left hand lifts up. Turn the chest up towards the ceiling and then reach over for the toes. Nice and long through the left side body. And encourage that with your breathing. So the inhale literally stretches this left side of the rib cage. And all the muscles in between called the intercostals. And we use that as a means to get a little bit of depth on. So here, a very direct influence of the posture via the breath. Just 2 more to go. Inhale, chest lifting up. Stargazer briefly, left hand behind the hip. Hips lift up, squeeze at the butt. Tilt back the top shoulder for 1 more big breath there. And plonk the butt down. We just come to the other side of that seated twist. So right leg, right heel hooks back towards the left hip. Left foot over into the twist. So left sitting bone coming down, left hand behind the lower back, right hand up. And exhale, twist to your left. Now, don't strain your neck. Keep your left sitting bone down, your butt cheek. Chest lifting, lower back lifting. You feel all the twist around the upper spinal region. So where your chest moves around to the side body rib cage and into the upper back. All that vicinity twisting. Maybe 2 more long breaths here. And turning back to center. Go ahead, kick the left leg out to the left. Lift the left toes. Chest lifts up. Left hand inside the left leg. Right hand up. Keep it up as you turn the chest up. And then reach over for the toes. And then expanding the breath. Try and relax your left shoulder a little bit. Left shoulder, the ones on the bottom. Relax that. 2 or 3 more gentle yet smooth, generous breaths. Inhale, lifting up, stargaze up, right hand behind the hip, hips lift up, tilt, squeeze the butt, big lift, big breath in, and release. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, legs straight out in front of you. Scoot your butt back a little bit, however, and then chest and arms lift, toes lift, and then fold straight forward towards the feet. So chest moving towards the feet rather than head towards the knees. You could even keep your gaze on your toes and feel like you're trying to move your chest or your throat towards your toes. And you don't even have to grab the feet. Your hands could be right beside the knees. Same thing. You look at your toes. You're trying to move your throat towards your toes. We take maybe 3 or 4 more gentle breaths there. Again, not the longest hold. All right, inhale, chest lifts up. Take a hold of the knees and then roll down onto your back. If you'd rather be in headstand, now is your time. Otherwise, with me on the back, Legs lift up, and let's think about plow. This is more than enough. You might grab your cushion, slide it underneath your butt, and just stay with your legs up. Or we take a hold of the lower back with our hands, and we physically lift the hips up over the head and into plow. So legs over the face. Do keep a sense of lift at your hips in plow. And then maybe most of the challenge is maintaining a rhythm to your breath there. You've got serious compression through the belly for most of us. So try and let it flow. Try and let the breath move nice and gentle. Two or three more now. And supporting your lower back, ease your hips down to the ground. So each vertebrae hitting the ground attentively, very smoothly and slowly. And then come to laying flat for a brief moment. If you're coming out of headstand, let's meet there. Maybe just 2 more breaths there on the back. And then feet on the ground. Just 1 round of bridge here, but we'll give it a little bit of a hold. So if you want to turn it into wheel, now's the time. Feet on the ground, hip width apart, heels underneath knees. Tilt the tailbone up and lift the hips up. And as you arrive there, little wriggle of the shoulders underneath your back body. Now squeeze the butt and lift the hips here. And if it's wheel, hands next to the ears and press the chest up and back. 5 more breaths from here. Keep them gentle, keep them slow. Keep the butt squeezing. 1 more big breath. And ease on out, nice and slow. Lowering the hips down. Once you're there, drop your knees from side to side, from left to right. Just a couple of times, and then catch happy baby. So bend your knees, grab the outer blades of the feet, have a little wriggle and a kick. Just a couple of breaths there. And then finally, let's bring it down into Shavasana. Laying flat, coming all the way down. I'll guide you in and out of Shavasana. So once you are laying down, take a moment, get comfy, get flat, and take a nice long deep breath in. Gentle releasing breath out. And start to feel the weight of the body. Try and keep a deep sense of connectivity to your body and yourself, particular to the moment, so you're aware of the unfolding sensations that you're going through. You're present. You're focused. But here, it probably is just a little bit easier than where we began. Naturally, you've really centered your attention within yourself by coordinating movement, coordinating your breath, and therefore coordinating your mind. And here, it becomes somewhat effortless. Keep on paying attention to the simplicity of this moment now. The real feeling of rest. Give yourself this opportunity to take advantage of an ease in stillness here. Let's go ahead and take a nice long, deep breath in. Gentle and releasing breath out. Start to wriggle fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. And start to become awakened through movement. And as you're ready, we come back up to a seated position with the eyes closed. Once you do come up into your seat, we bring the hands to prayer at heart center. We take a moment. Give some form of gratitude here or some form of appreciation. It's important to be explicit and express it, just to be clear on where you're at with it. You can give it to yourself or you can give it outwardly, but be sincere, be clear. And we humbly bow the head and say to each other, Namaste. Namaste, my dear yogis. Wow, apologies for the audio issue. And I'll have it rectified. No worries. Don't worry. 1 p.m. today, my dear Patreon members, 1 p.m. today, philosophy workshop on the 8 limbs of yoga and the practicalities. And if you know nothing about what I'm talking about, then you should come along. This was an introduction to these yogic philosophical concepts. Love to see you there. Hit it up through the Patreon. See ya. Enjoy the weekend.